Congratulations, dude! Dude, Dad, it is so well deserved that you would be admitted into the Hudson Catholic Hall of Fame. Your stories from your time at Hudson Catholic are a core memory from growing up. And I'm so glad that these guys, the next generation, have been able to hear those stories and also see the impact of your time there. We're really grateful for the lessons that you learned at Hudson Catholic, both in the classroom and also on the track, because they prepared you with the skills for success that you flexed during your storied career in the insurance world. Your spirit of generosity, your inclination to build connection is at the heart of this induction. And with the partnership that you forged between St. John's and Hudson Catholic, you've created pathways for current students to and through higher ed and into the business world. That's the sign of a true business leader, one who will leverage their position and privilege to find talent and opportunity where others aren't looking for it. And it's because you know the secret sauce of Hudson Catholic.
We're so proud of you every day for the way you show up for our family, and we're especially proud of you today for this special occasion. Congratulations on this very well-deserved recognition.
We love you, dude!
Congratulations, dude! Congratulations, dude!
Congratulations to our amazing dad and dude, William Cullen, on this great achievement being inducted into the Hudson Catholic Hall of Fame. We are so thrilled for this recognition of your awesome accomplishments as a CEO, an athlete, but most importantly, the wonderful father and grandfather you are to our family. We love you.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joe Alicio, class of 2001.
I was the goaltender for the Hawks hockey team, obviously the 1999-2000 year as well, when we won the state championship. I'd like to say hello to coaches, players, and families, and any of our players that are not here. You know, we miss you, and we wish you could have joined us. I was called a few days ago to put something together, a quick video, and I was thinking about some of the things to say, and I could sit here and talk about the hockey team itself and all the accomplishments. Right, we won the states. We had numerous players with you know, first team, second team All State. I was Player of the Year that year. It's pretty well known of what our team accomplishments were. But I wanted to take this time to recognize some people that I don't think get as much recognition as they should. The first group of people that I'd like to recognize would be the coaches, Coach Robinson, Coach McGady, and Coach Metcalf. You guys had to deal with quite a crew of personalities, both on the ice, off the ice, and in school. And I don't know how you did it, but you did, and you managed to keep us all together, keep us alive, and we made it to the pinnacle of what our high school career could have been. So I would like to thank you guys so much for enabling us and guiding us through our high school career and putting together a team that was able to compete with some of the hockey powerhouses in the state. Nobody expected a team from Jersey City to win a state championship, hockey state championship. So that in and of itself is quite an accomplishment. The next group of people that, again, I don't think get as much recognition as they should is the parents and families of all the players. Without their support, their financial support, their time, their sacrifice, this would never have happened. Anybody that knows anything about ice hockey and youth hockey and high school hockey, travel hockey, it's expensive. It takes up a lot of time. There's a lot of travel. And not only were most of us playing high school hockey, we were playing some sort of travel hockey during the same season. It's a little different now with high school hockey, but back then you played on two teams at the same time. We were on the ice probably 6 days a week, sometimes multiple times a day during those weeks. But if it wasn't for the parents and the families, this definitely wouldn't have happened. Our team, even though our school is in Jersey City and Hudson County, our team was made up of players and students from Hudson County, Essex County, Union County, Staten Island, New York, and even Manhattan, New York. And the carpooling and train rides and who's going to pick who up from school, like I said, if that didn't happen, this state championship team wouldn't have happened. So again, I just wanted to use my time here. I think all the players can agree with me that without the parents and families and the coaches, this wouldn't have happened. And I would just like to say from all of us, a heartfelt thank you. We love you, and thank you for helping us achieve that goal. Enjoy your night, and go Hawks.
Hi, I'm Teddy. And I'm Luke. And we are both Bill Collins' grandsons, but we call him Dude. Today's a big day. Dude's being inducted into the Hudson Catholic Hall of Fame,
which basically makes him a school superhero, just with a lot more homework.
And trust us, we've had front row seats to the Dude legacy. Dude ran track at Temple fast. I'm still trying to catch up with him in my 5Ks. And at Aegis, where he was CEO, I got to see him at work on Take Your Child to Work Day, and where he was smart, kind, respected, and a total boss.
And I got to see him bring down the house at the Aegis Policyholder Conference. Not just applause, people were genuinely moved.
And after running track at Temple, he earned an MBA from the College of Insurance, which is now known as St. John's School of Risk Management.
But what really makes him great, he grew up in Jersey City and never forgot it. Always giving back to Hudson Catholic, making sure other kids get that shot too.
And he's always in our corner too. Every basketball game, soccer match, every play, and band gig, every moment.
And after a game, it's not just good job, Luke. It's Luke, your field vision was next level today, or that hustle was CEO level effort.
Oh, and fun fact, Dude used to have long red hair.
I've got long blonde hair. Coincidence? We don't think so. Dude, you've shown us that greatness isn't about the spotlight. It's about service to your family, to your community, and to your school.
Dude didn't just build a career, he built a legacy. Track scholarship, an MBA, a CEO position, and decades of leadership, and still in the front row cheering us on.
We're proud of you, dude. Hudson Catholic couldn't have picked a better Hall of Famer.
We love you, dude. Congratulations.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. Hudson Catholic is a special place that helps young people to reach their full potential. I am humbled to be inducted into a group that's thought to be representative of the school and its mission. Each of my fellow inductees this year highlights by their accomplishments how special this honor is. Terry Matthews embodies the spirit of Hudson Catholic through his work as a teacher and his leadership as president and principal. He's manifested for 40 years a nurturing environment that sees and lifts up each and every student. Larry Costanza is passionate about all that is Hudson, and with his Heroes event has inspired heartfelt support for the school. Staff Sergeant William Billy Neal, by his service and sacrifice, has gifted us the freedom to live our blessed lives. Our 2000 state champion hockey team, through their school spirit-driven teamwork, represent one of the greatest moments in the school's outstanding athletic legacy. As for me, thank you to the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you to my parents, Eileen and Michael, hardworking people, including as part of the Hudson community. Mom was very active in the then very essential Mothers Club. They sacrificed to send my brother Michael and me to Hudson. Michael was a successful baseball pitcher for Hudson and in college, and a wonderful husband and father. Mike leveraged his experience to a great career at ABC. Thank you to the faculty who represented a tapestry of views and style that challenged and supported the students to grow. I see that same unique ingredient in the chemistry of today's faculty. That special ingredient was defined through the years by Brother Patrick King and Brother Luke Marr, and is carried on by Principal Matthews and his staff today. Thank you to Brother Martin Zhu, our athletic director at the time, and the many coaches and teammates that led us as we built the fledgling track program. Coach Bobo Pichi, who told me on race day in freshman year, "You're running 880 yards today, not the 60-yard dash you signed up for." Turned out he was right, as I won that day and set the Jersey City freshman 880 record. Coach Ken Brophy, Don Ruby, who was a school disciplinarian, brought that to the track. Brother Brendan Tewitt, it was his first assignment as a brother, and he did a great job. And ultimately, the long-term athletic wall of honor coach, Paul Linzick, who along with teammate Al Long, here tonight, took the baton. We learned together. I've relished following the success of the program over the years, especially today's girls and boys program, who have posted impressive times and accomplishments. Hudson continues with its curriculum and programs today to raise students up with academic and athletic discipline, as it did for me, enabling me to earn a track scholarship to Temple University, which empowered me to achieve success as a St. John's graduate student and enjoy success in my business career that my Irish immigrant grandparents only dreamed of when they came through Ellis Island. Thank you to Aegis, a special company that over its 50-year history has paid over $26 billion in claims in support of the energy infrastructure, and to its customers through floods, wildfire, and day-to-day operations of downed wires and explosions. Claims were always negotiated fairly and with compassion. I'm very proud of the team over my 27-year tenure leading Aegis as we managed this high-risk industry segment, which included the formation of a Lloyd's syndicate that successfully diversified our capital and was recently declared the most profitable syndicate at Lloyd's of the last decade. Principal Terry Matthews has worked with Aegis to have employees from different disciplines, legal, accounting, investments, etc., to make presentations to Hudson students about career paths and opportunities. I'm very proud to have been and remain part of the Aegis board, which has provided me the opportunity to work closely with industry leaders like Greg Abel, our long-term vice chairman, who was just appointed Warren Buffett's successor. Aegis has enabled me to be part of the St. John's Maurice Greenberg School of Insurance, Risk Management, and Actuarial Science Board of Overseers. In that role, I've been able to build a partnership between St. John's and Hudson for students to gain university credits. Thank you to my wife, Marion Worthy Cullen, who retired as a college nursing school faculty member and has for 53 years, from our time together as students at Hudson Catholic and St. Dominic Academy, our time in college, graduate school while newlyweds, and as professionals, has always lovingly partnered with me as we built our careers and nurtured our family. Thank you to my children, Megan, Aaron, and Will, who understood as I worked to find the best work-life balance for all their achievements, athletic, academic, and professional, as they've nurtured their wonderful families with their partners, Ed, Dan, and Clara. I'm overwhelmed with pride for them and my 6 grandchildren, Teddy and Luke, Cora and Julius, and Charlotte and William Paul III, Tripp. Finally, to all of you and to the students of Hudson Catholic has been a cornerstone of my life's journey. I want you to know that Hudson Catholic is a very special place with a bright future and will continue to nurture students of hardworking families to reach their dreams, as it has for me and my family. God bless Hudson Catholic.
Hi, my name is TJ Sansone, alumni of Hudson Catholic. First, I'd like to say, Hudson Catholic, I think you're doing a wonderful job at making the school great. Events like these, honoring people, the students, the history of the school, and the Alumni Association is a wonderful thing. That said, it gives me great pleasure and honor to introduce a wonderful friend who's been like a brother to me growing up, Mr. Larry Costanza. Larry, you've done so much. Since we were kids, you've touched the souls and hearts of many. You gave us guidance, you gave us confidence, you gave us belief in each other. Not too many people could say that. You went on to do wonderful things in coaching and wonderful things in business. Tremendous career, tremendous family, beautiful wife, 2 fantastic, healthy, beautiful children. Your life has been blessed. You've always found a way of pulling out the best in people. You are unique, you are one of a kind, and Hudson Catholic should be honored to have you in their Hall of Fame. A lot of us out there love you, and will always see you as our friend. Take care.
Hello everyone, it's an honor to share this night with you and my fellow inductees. Thank you all of my family and the friends that are here this evening and have joined us in helping to continue this fabulous story at Hudson Catholic. For me, tonight is about everyone in this room and many others who are carrying out a legacy we all very much believe in. A school, a tradition that has served many of us so well. And we are on a mission to assist so that others are given the same opportunities that we had. Terry, congratulations, not only on this well-deserved recognition, but on everything you've done for Hudson Catholic. In a time when so many Catholic schools are closing, their doors, your leadership has helped this place not only survive, but keep its soul. That doesn't happen without someone at the helm who cares deeply and gives their all. We're all fortunate to have you as our school leader. Bill, you've given back time and time again. You're a great example of what it means to stay connected and committed to something you believe in. We're fortunate to have you on our team. Billy, you continue to show up for Hudson Catholic in so many ways. You remain part of the fabric of the school, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Your selfless efforts is what defines Hudson Catholic. And a big congratulations to the Hudson Catholic State Champs hockey team. You didn't have the biggest rink or the flashiest resources for sure, but you had pride, you had heart, and a belief in each other. That's what Hudson Catholic has always been about. And what you accomplished speaks volumes about the kind of determination and spirit that the school still inspires. My journey is like many of yours. We came from humble beginnings, older homes or apartments, secondhand cars, hand-me-down clothes was our story. We lived in a very simple lifestyle, though our tight-knit communities is something we knew that was very special. We didn't feel like we were missing anything. In fact, we actually felt pretty blessed. We were surrounded by love, discipline, and sacrifice. We came to realize that we were raised by the greatest generation ever. People who taught us that showing up, working hard, and doing the right thing still mattered. When our time came and we walked through the doors of Hudson Catholic, we felt it was the start of something special. For a lot of us, as time went on, it was the first time we began to see a future that we hadn't imagined before. That wasn't just a school. It was a place of transformation for many of us. It built lifelong friendships. It's where many of us found a sense of direction. It's where we began to understand who we were. And that we truly did have a chance to take the next steps as our parents hoped so for, to allow us to have an opportunity that they never had. The Christian brothers played a big part in our lives. They weren't easy, but they weren't supposed to be. They taught us how to stand tall. They gave us structure, values, and discipline. They installed in us deep sense of integrity, faith, and pride. And that foundation was key to many of us. Our school memories and stories are endless, changed as a bit as we age, but they're all great. We'll never forget the 25-cent bus ride to school every day, or the $1.50 hot lunch, friends for a lifetime, and we even got to be part of Hoops history, having Jimmy and Mike, two of the best ever to lace up. When our time was over, graduation became bittersweet, though we felt we were prepared to take our next steps in our journey. As most of us have said time and time again, it was all good and we wouldn't have changed a thing. Years later, I had the privilege of coming back to assist and help with some coaching. Let me tell you something, wound up being some of the greatest gifts of my life. To be able to take what Hudson gave me and turn it around and pour it into a new generation of young men, that's an experience I'll always be grateful for. We had some great teams, we won many championships, and we had the thrill of beating some of the best. The powerhouse St. Anthony's, and always the Prep. Schools that had every advantage on paper over us. But it wound up not being just about basketball for me, for sure. It was about helping these young men grow, helping them find confidence and develop their own self-identities. Watching them go on to become successful in business, in service, as fathers, and as leaders. Most of these men today are still in my life. We still talk, we stay connected. I've been to their weddings. I've seen their kids grow. That's the legacy. I currently have the honor of serving as an advisor at Hudson Catholic. It's rewarding in many ways since we are all aware that these are tough times for Catholic schools. Cost of education is rising, resources are limited, families are stretched thin, and the financial pressures are real, and the competition for attention, for enrollment, and for funding is intense. But despite it all, Hudson Catholic continues to stand strong. And it means the world to me to be part of helping it do just that. Because I believe with all my heart that the opportunity that I had, the one that changed my life, should still be there for the next kid walking through those doors. The kid who comes from the working class family, who maybe doesn't know how far they can go, who just needs a little guidance in a place like Hudson to show him or her their way. This isn't just about keeping a school open. It's about continuing a mission, one that's been going on strong for generations. It's about investing in young lives, in their futures, and the kind of values that don't go out of style. Faith, discipline, hard work, integrity, brotherhood, and sisterhood. So tonight, I want to say thank you to the people who are continuing this wonderful mission. Terry, Sarah, Nick, Erin, Gary, Archie, Jill, the rest of the team, thank you. Thank you for your passion, your energy, and your belief in what Hudson Catholic stands for. You're helping to carry the torch, and you're doing it with heart. To the students who are here tonight, and to those who aren't, never forget you're part of something very special. Hudson Catholic isn't just a building. It's a foundation. It's a family. It's a place where you can figure out who you are, more importantly, who you're meant to be. This award is not just for me or the other inductees this evening. It's for all of us. It's for the lessons we learned, the friendships we formed, and the experiences that shaped us into who we are today. Thank you, Hudson Catholic, for everything you've given me and for being a place where dreams are nurtured, friendships are built, and futures are forged.
Hello, everybody. This is Mark Fugel, class of 1973. And I had the honor and privilege of being on the track team with Bill Cullen, who I have to say was one of my favorite upperclassmen. He was a year ahead of us, but even though he was more senior than we were, he always treated us with kindness, respect, and was just one of the sweetest, generous guys I've known, and especially on the track team. And we had such a ball. And then I come to find out that he married one of the most beautiful and sweet girls from my grammar school at St. Aidan's Parish, right near Hudson, Marion Worthy. So now it's Marion Worthy Cullen. So anyway, I just wanted to congratulate you, Bill, on a real accomplishment. You always were a Hall of Fame kind of guy. So be well, and I wish you and Marion all the best wishes. Congratulations again.
First, I'd like to congratulate all of the other honorees tonight. Well deserved. I'd also like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for bestowing this honor on me. Don't necessarily believe that I deserve it, but I do want to say thank you. It's a special night for me in the sense that all of the honorees, with the exception of Billy, I've had a personal contact with them on some level during my career here at Hudson Catholic. I don't think I'm a Hall of Fame candidate. I really think that my family probably belongs in the Hall of Fame, not me, because I didn't make any sacrifices. I'm the person who got to get up every day and go to a job that he actually liked, and that's a lot. But in order for me to come to Hudson Catholic every day for 40 plus years, my family made a lot of sacrifices. I don't know if you're aware, but when you work in Catholic education, you really don't do it for the money. And your family pays that price. When you do all the different jobs that I've done, I started as a teacher and a coach. And then I was a teacher and a coach and a guidance counselor. Then I was a teacher and a coach and an admissions director and an athletic director and the dean of students and the assistant principal and eventually principal and president. Through all of that, I got to spend a lot of time with everybody else's family and everybody else's kids. So before I thank everybody else, I need to thank my wife and sons because they missed me a lot while other people's kids got to spend a lot more time with me. That being said, I've been honored to be here, and it's a vocation, Catholic school teaching. It's not a job, and to be able to do this day in and day out has been a privilege and an honor and a thrill. I think that I learn more from kids than I could ever possibly teach them. And that's one of the things that's allowed me to stay in this job for so long. Kids keep you young. And working with students,
you need to realize that people are entrusting you with their most important possession, their child. And that's a huge responsibility and a huge privilege that they are trusting you with that. And I take that very seriously. I talk to our staff every year when we start, and I just remind them that every kid has a story. You don't know what happens in a kid's life at home or on the way to school, or even what's going on in their heads at times. And it's our responsibility to remember that. I also tell our staff that high school kids are 14 to 18 for eternity. We get older. I used to have a lot more hair and it was a lot less gray. But the kids are 14 to 18 forever. And that's a fabulous thing. To be able to spend your life with 14 to 18-year-olds who are wide-eyed, who aren't jaded, who have their entire lives ahead of them. That's fabulous, and that keeps me young at least, and I love that aspect of this job. The Hall of Fame, maybe it's Hall of Fame for longevity. I haven't done anything special. I've been surrounded by really wonderful people. As a teacher, I had a tremendous support system here at Hudson Catholic. When you do this for as long as I do, unfortunately, you've said goodbye to some people. And one of the people that I recently said goodbye to was Brother Kevin Stanton. And Brother Kevin hired me, and he just recently passed away. And he took a big chance on a 22-year-old bartender with some long hair in the back and an earring, and no self-discipline whatsoever. But he believed in me, and he mentored me, and he put up with me. And he set a bar for me. Nobody set a higher bar for me than my father, and he was a tremendous influence. He was a lifelong educator, and he taught me, I think, what it means to be a teacher first, and then he gave me a role model when I became an administrator. To be here on this day, surrounded by friends and family and the Hawk family, it doesn't get better than a day like this. So my job isn't to bore you today and tell you details about my life. My job is to say thank you. Thank you to the people I've had an opportunity to work with. Thank you to the students and the student athletes who have allowed me to touch their lives and have incredibly impacted my life in the process. And thank you to my own family for allowing me to spend time away from you so that I could do what I liked. You let me be a little selfish, and I love you for it. So thank you, everyone. I love my job. I love Hudson Catholic. The one thing I do as an administrator, as a leader of the school, is I make sure that any kid that comes into my office and that I sit and talk with, when he or she gets up to leave, I say, I love you, kid. And I say that because I want to make sure that they hear it at least once a day, because I don't know if they hear it at home. I get it from them, so I want to make sure I give it back to them, and I want to give that to you tonight. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.